Hey everyone, this is Joe in General, your resident reason and evidence enthusiast. It is Saturday the 27th of May 2017. Today we're taking a special look at Reddcoin or RDD. It's seen some major price gains in the recent number of days. So I'm going to do some chart analysis and some exponential Fibonacci analysis to see what the potential price retracement targets are and what the potential price upside targets are. Now, I have an interesting history with Reddcoin, so I want to tell you a quick story about that. If you want to skip straight ahead to the analysis, I will put a time code in the info section of the YouTube page and also as part of the pinned comment. So, have you ever put on an old pair of jeans that you haven't worn for a very long time? It's in the bottom of your drawer or whatever. And you put them on and you, for whatever reason, you reach into one of your pockets, maybe your back pocket, and you've got like 20 bucks in your back pocket. Maybe it's 50, maybe it's even $100. Maybe you get that lucky. And you think, cool, bonus. This is exactly what happened to me. The quick story is I was trading altcoins. I've been doing that for a number of years, on and off. I've taken breaks here and there. But the most recent time before this, when I was trading altcoins, heavily, was using a website called Cryptsy. Now, if you're familiar with Cryptsy, then you know the story already. For those who were not around trading altcoins when Cryptsy was around, here's the quick story. It was a trading exchange, just like Poloniex and Bittrex, etc. But the owner ran off with about $3.3 million worth of cryptocurrencies and left everyone high and dry. And a lot of people lost a lot of money. A lot of people lost a lot of Bitcoin. I was one of the people who lost some Bitcoin, but not a whole bunch. I think from memory, because I just don't remember exactly, but I think it was between 2 to 2.5 Bitcoin worth of cryptos in the Cryptsy exchange at the time. And I was really pissed off. I was very pissed off, but at the time I thought, look, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm never going to see it again. The price of Bitcoin also back then was a lot lower. So I'm thinking, it's only X amount of dollars worth. I'm sure I'll make that back somehow, some way. I'll be buying Bitcoin again. I'll be dollar cost averaging, whatever. So I was really pissed off, but I got over it quickly. But I did decide to take a break from trading alts because of just other life stuff. I've got my career that I'm working towards, and just other life stuff. I thought I'd take a quick break. I was a little bit burnt from Cryptsy. So it wasn't until about early March this year that I actually decided to get back into trading alts on a more extensive level. So what I did is I decided to open a Poloniex exchange account. So I head over to the Poloniex website and I enter in my email address and I choose, one of the number of passwords that I have. And I hit the create account button and it comes up saying this email address already exists. I'm thinking, okay, I've never heard of Poloniex before. I only heard about it recently. Why the hell, how could I have a Poloniex exchange account? But I tried a number of the different passwords I have and very quickly one of them worked. And lo and behold, I have a Poloniex exchange account. I'm like, that's really weird. I don't even remember having a Poloniex exchange account. So I headed over to the balances section. I must have something in here if I have an account. And lo and behold, here's a screenshot from Poloniex. I had just under 760,000 RDDs. I'm like, what the hell happened? How did I have this? I knew I traded RDD on Cryptsy, but I didn't remember moving it out of Cryptsy. So I'm like, when the hell did I do this? So I went to the deposit withdrawal history, and this is a screenshot from that. And apparently again, I don't remember it at all. Apparently on the 11th of February, 2016, I transferred 760,000 RDD from Cryptsy to the Poloniex exchange. I don't know why. Maybe Cryptsy was delisting RDD and I thought, well, I want to keep it. So, is there another exchange that has an RDD wallet? And maybe Poloniex did. And I thought I'll just do that. I don't know. Maybe I thought I was going to do some sort of arbitrage thing. I just wasn't sure. I still don't know. But anyway, that's the bonus. So I have bonus crypto in the back pocket of an old pair of jeans, back pocket of an old wallet that I forgot about on an exchange that I completely forgot about. So the short story from there is I had to move the RDD over to the Bittrex exchange because Poloniex was no longer trading RDD, but they did allow you to have the wallet. It took them a little while to transfer that over, but finally did. And it was hovering at around about between 3 to 5 at the time when it was deposited into my Bittrex account. And I think this is the main reason why, when it got deposited, I went to the wallets section and I worked out that if I sold all of that then, and it was around about, I think maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe even 6, I would have gotten about 1/3 of a Bitcoin worth of Bitcoin. I'm like, wow, bonus, 1/3 of a Bitcoin I didn't even remember I had, and I could sell that right now and have 0.3 extra of a Bitcoin. But then I thought to myself, it's that thing of, you find $50 in your back pocket. What do you do with it? You really don't go and like put it in your piggy bank and put it in your bank. You're like, man, this is $50 I didn't have before. All right, let's all go out for drinks. Drinks are on me, or dinner's on me, right? So I just treated it like a bonus crypto. So what I did is I left it in there and I put in some crazy sell orders. Actually, a couple of not so crazy sell orders. What I actually did was I went back to look at the price history, and I saw that it had a bit of a top here at 18, and that was around about March of 2016, and then saw an older high of around about 40. So I put in a sell order at 15, and I put a sell order in, I think it was about 37 or 38. And then I put in crazy sell orders, and they were about like 341, 347, just some random kind of numbers. And then I left it, and I was like, look, that may not ever come back up to 15 or 40 or whatever ever again. And I just kept trading on Bittrex, with the other coins that I have. And then not that long ago, I logged into the Bittrex website, saw in my wallet that I have about 0.4 worth of Bitcoin more than I did the day previous. I was like, what the hell happened? And RDD, where are we? One of my sell orders here at the 15 that I put in had sold. I'm like, oh, something's going on in RDD. So I removed the 30, I removed the 300 and whatevers, and I began trading RDD again. So end of story, straight onto the analysis. And I'll tell you what I've been doing with my trades with RDD as well as we go along. But here's where we are right now. We've topped out at 97, and that's coming down from a breakout low of 3 to 97. Can you imagine, pardon me, can you imagine, and people who stuck around for the story can you imagine having Reddcoin at around about 3 and it going all the way up to 97? That's a pretty good Bitcoin gain if you did sell out around about, this kind of area. But here's the breakout from about 3 to about 97. That 3 was about the middle of this month, all the way up to 97. This is on the weekly time frame, and this is on a logarithmic chart. So let's do some quick exponential Fibonacci analysis just based on the weekly time frame, and then we'll go to the daily, maybe the hourly, and we can look at the chart technical analysis rather than Fibonacci technical analysis. But just taking this low of 3 and this high of 97 and inputting into my exponential Fibonacci calculator, you get these retracement and up targets. So Fibonacci analysis, do your research on exponential Fibonacci analysis. It is a great tool. So you've got these retracement targets here. So the 76.4 is 43, the 61.8 is 26, and you've got 17, 11, and 7. Again, that is if it's going to retrace further from here. So let's look at the major ones, and the two major ones are always the 38.2 and the 61.8. They're the two main levels that a price will retrace to if it's going to retrace. So that's 61.8 out of 26. Let's have a look where that is on, let's go maybe to the daily time frame. So here we are, where's 26? So here's the run up from 3. and we look at 26, and there we go. Right there is 26. That's actually, wow, 26 right there. That's actually retraced from, that's actually the retracement when it came up to 84. So there's 26 right there. If it's going to retrace further from here, that may be a point where you would consider putting in a buy order. So not only is it a exponential Fibonacci retracement target of 26, but also on the chart, technical analysis, if it's going to retrace, it tends to retrace down to a key low, and that looks like one there, at least on the daily time frame. So psychological evaluation, psychology-wise, I think a lot of people may be putting in buy orders around about this price. So you may consider putting one in at around about, maybe not exactly at 26, maybe think about 27, 28, something like that. And then we also had this 38.2 target, the 0.382 target of 11, and that sits at 11 is about, 11 is right there. So though they may be the two key targets based on exponential Fibonacci that you may want to put in a buy order if the price is going to go down from here. Let's punch into the hour time frame. Okay. A little bit more volatile looking at it on the hour time frame. Now, here is where 27 is. So that's definitely, 26 is, that definitely looks like a buy target for me if it's going to retrace down here. Now, my feeling on this is I do think it is going to retrace further. That's my opinion. And what I actually did, for those listening, those who listened to the story, I actually sold all of the Reddcoin that I had. And actually, I rode this run up. Let me see here. Here's my sell orders. You can see right here. So I didn't sell. I sold a little bit more at 72. I got another 0.3 Bitcoin worth there. Again, if you listen to the story, then you're going to be like, holy crap, that's pretty good. For when I tell you, when you got to read the story, you got to listen to the story, go back, listen to the story, then you'll get it. So then after this sell order here at 15.4 of a Bitcoin worth, this sell order triggering here at 72.3 Bitcoin worth, I decided, I thought this was going to have a retracement. So I put in some buy targets, and they triggered at 57, 47, and 32. And then after that, we had the run up all the way up to 97. Now, I didn't sell at 97. I was hedging my bets. I thought if it's going to go close to there, it could continue to go further. I did have a sell order in at actually about 130, because what I'd done is I'd worked out, this is my Instagram account here. I do mini crypto analysis updates on like screenshots or small videos on my Instagram account. That's instagram.com/joeingeneral. I did this one while I was away in Bali, this screenshot here, and I wrote RDD going nuts on Bigtrix Exchange. Up targets, psychological of 100 and the 1.618 Fibonacci of 133. Again, hit follow on Instagram if you want to keep updated. So I had a sell order, at 130, but I removed it because I thought, you know what, it could go even higher. But it went up to 97. I decided not to sell. But what has happened since then, the price had been declining, and it got to around about here at 73. And I didn't like the setup of this pattern. So it was around about here. This was yesterday or the day before. I think it was actually last night. It was not that long ago. It was yesterday. I decided, I don't like the setup of this pattern. I'm out. And I actually sold all of my Reddcoin, that I had at about 72 and 73. And those sell orders, I had one at 73, and I received just under half a Bitcoin worth. And then I sold the rest at 72, and I received 1.63 Bitcoin for that sale. So in total, I think that's 2 Bitcoin worth there. That's 2 1/3. That's 2.7. That's nearly, let's say, close to 3 Bitcoin I've made off of Reddcoin. Now, if you've gone back and listened to the story, that is pretty damn cool, I think, in my opinion. And when I told you about the 2.5 Bitcoin thing in the story, again, you got to listen to the story, you'll understand. So I've basically made all that loss again. I've made that loss back and a little bit more as well. So I'm really, really chuffed about Reddcoin at the moment. But I did decide to get out of Bitcoin just about here. This was yesterday. I thought I don't like the setup of the pattern, I'm out. So since then it has retraced. I haven't put any buy targets in again yet, because I do think the first buy target may be this one here at, as I mentioned, 27. Let's go back to the 1 hour. So that's what I think is going to happen is, actually I have a buy order at, my apologies, I have a buy order at 56, and these are the other buy orders I have. If I punch in here, bids, right, here are my orders right here. So I do have a buy order at 56, so that's around about, so 46, which is around about there, and that coincides with this low here. So around about 46. The next one I have is at 22. Actually, I should be putting one in at 27. I don't know why. Oh, there it is right there. I have a limit order at 27, right about, just about there. I have one at 22 as well. That's sort of coinciding with this old high back here. And then I have one at 14 as well. That's a little bit above that 38.211 mark of the exponential Fibonacci. And then I have some crazy buy orders as well. I have some crazy buy orders at 1, 2, and 3, and 5, because you just never know. Can you imagine getting a buy order filled here for $1 million? Is it $1 million? No, it wasn't $1 million. It was $1 billion, I think it is. Yeah, $1 billion. RDD at 2, and then it goes up to 4. Well, you've doubled your profit. So I've got some crazy buy orders in, but they're the retracement targets that I think will occur here at 46, here at around about 26, 27, and possibly around about 11. Now let's have a look at potential upside targets. And for that, we have to mainly go back to the exponential Fibonacci. Again, it's going to be harder to figure out upside target until we have a bottom here. So we do have to bottom out, and then I can take the high of 93 and wherever this low goes to. But if we take it purely from the low here, down here of 3 and the high of 97, what we have here, then we've got potential up targets here of, now of course you've got the psychological values, you've got the 100s, the 200s, all those sort of even numbers, the 150s. But a big long-term up target is the 1.618 of 831. Do I think it will get there? It could, yeah, eventually. But at the moment, I did decide to sell out at around about 72.73. Again, it was for a couple of reasons. One being I didn't like the setup of this downtrend pattern, and lo and behold, that has continued. So I was correct at this stage to sell out at about 72.73. And the fact, again, if you've listened to the story, the fact that I made about 3 Bitcoin worth, I was starting to get a little bit antsy. I thought, oh man, I've got all this Bitcoin that I could sell out right now and take a profit, take a sweet, sweet, sweet profit. But what happens if it goes back down and I lose it all? So then that was a bit of fear as well that did push me to sell out, but it was also, I was noticing this pattern that it was going down. So to end, and thank you for listening, to end, I have buy targets at 46, 27, 14, and then some smatterings at 1, 2, 3, and 5, and you're looking at a very long-term up target of at least that 1.618 of 831. In between that, you've got 552, 366, and 220. Of course, take the psychological values into account. So, your 200s, your 300s, and all those even numbers as well. But once we see what happens with the price going forward, if it does retrace and then bottoms out and then starts to rise up, I will do another video and taking the exponential Fibonacci from the high of 97 and from wherever this new low may be, if it does continue to go lower, which I do think it will in the short term. Once again, if you would like to subscribe to my channel, please head over to youtube.com/Joe in general. This is me over here. Where are we? Load. There we go. And in the last 13 or 14 days, maybe 15 days, I've gone from 1,000 subscribers to 1,857, 857 new subscribers in about 2 weeks. Thanks to all those subscribers. That's actually 150 something more than I think my last Bitcoin video, which was 2 days ago. I do a weekly Bitcoin price analysis every Wednesday, and in between crypto analyses, I add them to my Instagram page as, again, either screenshots or as short videos. So head over to instagram.com/Joe in general, hit the follow button. You may notice, lastly, you may notice this little photo here. I was in Bali for the last 10 days or so. I got back on Tuesday and I proposed to my now fiance. This is Hannah. So I am now an engaged man. So lots going on in my life here at Joe in general. Got to plan a wedding eventually, and you know, all of other life's ups and downs. So thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, stay informed. Speak soon.